The machine operator can log in using OMPV client or a web browser. Let us use the web browser for today's demo. It is possible to log in with the user ID and password or by simply scanning a barcode on a card. Let's log in with a card ID today. Let me get to the machine I would like to show today. So once logged in, the operator sees the current status of the machine, the operations that are assigned to the machine, the current status of each operation, and the users logged into the machine. This is relevant if multiple operators are working on the same machine. On the right-hand side of the screen, the operator has buttons to either perform tasks or to get more information. Let's look at order pool first. This screen shows current operations, their status is on top, and other operations available to the operator to work with at the bottom of the screen. Say, if an operation was terminated due to material issues, the operator can always load another order from the pool in the bottom list. The green up or down arrows can be used to load or unload orders onto the machine. The operator can also see order details by using Order Details button here. Let's select an order, look at Order Details. As you can see, it lists the components and the operations within the production order. Let's look at the Order Details Plus screen. Select the order and go to Order Details. Now, here you can see the tools assigned to the order. Now, let's see what actions can be performed using this screen. The operator would now start working on an operation by selecting an order and clicking on the status button. The operator starts the setup of the machine for the order by clicking on the Start Setup button. The buttons, as you can see, are active or inactive depending on the status of the order. You now see that the operation status is updated and the buttons for confirmation are deactivated. The timestamp of the event start of the setup is sent to SAP in real time. After the setup is completed, the operator clicks on End Setup button, which is the new event sent to SAP. This is how you can capture the shop floor events into SAP in real time. These events can then be used to show the machine status in real time and generate KPI reports in SAP. Now that the setup is complete, the operator starts production, and this event is sent to SAP when the operator clicks the button Start Production. Note that the screen also allows the operator to get more details for the order, as you've seen, using Order Details and Order Details Plus buttons. Now let's look at a different button, which is the Display Status. Display Status screen shows various parameters like the duration of various events during the shift, the OEE in percentage, quantities confirmed, quantities scrapped, etc. This is a great screen for an operator to see in real time and to check whether their work is meeting the targets set for the shift. This is also a useful screen for supervisors and managers to keep track of the machine performance. There are three important functions available for managing the material consumption using this screen. The first one being material release. Using this function, the operator can send requests for material supply. The request can be sent as a percentage or a periodic quantity required. For example, one can request 2 hours of runtime of the machine. the request automatically creates a WM transfer requisition, which then shows up on the work list in the warehouse. This allows to streamline the material supply and avoid unnecessary overcrowding of the shop floor space. From material planning and inventory control point of view, this option also controls WIP quantities. The second function is picking. If the operator is supposed to pick the material himself, he can use this function. The operator can get a list of components to be picked and in real time post the pick quantity. As the operator picks components, he or she clicks the pick button, which in real time sends the transfer requirement to SAP. This means SAP is always in sync with the physical operations, which ensures accuracy of transactions and also the inventory. The last option we will review today is component booking. This allows the operator to consuming deviator quantities of the component. That is, if more quantities were consumed than required, then the delta quantities can be reported with this functionality and posted in SAP in real time. The same is applicable to the reverse, where quantities can be returned back to the warehouse if less than planned quantity is consumed during production. It is also important to note that this is possible to customize this screen according to your needs by picking the fields visible to the user, either it be machine, user, or by plant. Now let's go back to the first screen. We have reviewed all the options available to process production orders on the screen. An operator can also switch between machines by using multiple work centers functionality. You will notice that on every screen, we show the current status of the machine represented by the traffic light signal. You will see this consistently on all MES screens so that anyone working on any screen is aware of the current status, not only by standing next to the machine, but in the back office by simply logging into OMES. Before we end our demo, let's look at a few ways you can get a complete overview of the shop floor. This is typically suitable to be displayed on a big monitor on the shop floor so that everyone can see how the floor is operating. Here are some examples of this visualization. In this example, you will see that every machine has a colored ball shown that represents the current status of the machine, and the screen toggles between overview picture and the machine specific information. This screen is continuously refreshed to show real-time information. Now let's look at another type of visualization using Area Hall tool. Here is another example of displaying machine status. Here you can see all the machines in this shop floor area, and you can click on an individual machine to see machine specific information. Now you see the specific machine information for the machine you selected. And since we have completed the visualization, that brings us to the end of this demo.